Okay, man, I like that background there, Cole. That's a nice background. We're calling this program Under the Gold Dome. I'm your host, BKP. It's almost afternoon, still good morning. Under the Gold Dome. Today is the first day of the Georgia 2017 legislative session. A couple things I want to follow today as they're getting down there. On the first day, they swear the new members in, the Georgia 2017 legislative session. They swear the new members in. They give ceremonial speeches. Not a whole lot of actual business takes place during this day, on this day. But let me tell you one thing that is not happening. Today, the 54th District, State Senate 54 of Georgia, does not have a representative at the Capitol. And let me give you a brief summary of that. Georgia State Senate seat 54 has no representative at the Capitol today, large in part by Governor Nathan Deal. Now, some people will like my report and some people won't. Some people on the Democrat side will like this brief update and some of them won't. Some Republicans will like my brief update and some won't. So the idea is that State Senate 54 will not have a representative today. Thank you, Nathan Deal, Georgia Governor Nathan Deal. On November 8th, Charlie Bethel ran unopposed and won re-election for State Senate seat 54. On November 9th, Charlie Bethel was picked by Governor Nathan Deal, State Senator 54. Charlie Bethel was picked by Governor Nathan Deal to serve on the Appeals Court of Georgia. When that happened on the Appeals Court of Georgia, Nathan Deal, that left an opening. Immediately, 5 candidates swarmed in to try to win this seat, open seat vacated by Charlie Bethel. We won't take the time to say whether it's a good thing that Charlie Bethel picked, whether it's a good thing that Charlie Bethel was picked for the Appeals Court or not by Nathan Deal on November 9th. But we will say it caused an open seat that 5 candidates attempted to run for. Now, that has resulted in a runoff between Debby Peppers and Chuck Payne. Chuck Payne, he qualified as a Republican, okay, on the ballot. Debby Peppers did not identify a party, all right? So tomorrow is election day in the 54th District in Georgia. It's election day. Now, one of the many upsetting things to me concerning this is the fact that one of the many upsetting things concerning this is out of Gordon County, Whitfield County, Murray County, and West Pickens County, out of this district, there's probably about 80,000 registered voters. Okay, 80,000 registered voters. The runoff for 5 candidates came down to like 4,900, right around 5,000 voters out of 80,000, okay, to represent this district as state senator. Now it's in a runoff. Okay, I'm going to predict by tomorrow, one being the weather and it's cold, I'm going to predict tomorrow's runoff election. Tomorrow, if you're in Whitfield County, Murray County, Gordon County, or West Pickens, you have an election. All the polls are open. You go vote. 7 to 7, right? I'm going to predict the runoff will be a total of 3,000 votes. I'm going to go with 3,000, just for my numbers. See how we do on Wednesday or late tomorrow night. 3,000 votes out of 80,000 votes. Maybe hey, maybe there will be, maybe there will be a large turnout. We hope so, but that's what we're looking at. Now, so tomorrow's the runoff. I'm not for sure how the State Senate 54 winner will go to orientation and be sworn in time to serve. They will serve in this session, but how relevant they can be just getting thrown in there at this time. So let's look at briefly, before we switch to what else is going on under the Gold Dome, let's look at campaign finance. So in the campaign finance, Debby Peppers, all right, she's bringing in money from around the state, some money out of state, but she's bringing in a lot of money from her district. So she has Ringgold, Georgia, $1,300 coming in from Allison Borg. She has a lot of 100, 250, 100, 100, a lot of $100 contributions, 250, 500. Here's a couple thousand, but they're over in Dalton. Michael Kinsley and Warren Coppridge, both for 1,000, and Susan Bison in for 1,000. Here's another $1,000 one. The AFL-CIO of Georgia has put $1,000 into her campaign, the AFL-CIO, and the UFCW has put $1,000 into Debby Peppers' campaign. Now, when we look at her totals, let's go back. Search by office type. Let's go to state. Let's go to state senate, and let's go to 54. And let's go to Peppers. Let's review the report on the summary. So on the summary for her 6-day special election runoff, this is not all the money, she has received $6,877. The total amount of contributions, $10,250. All loans received in this reporting period, $50,000 worth of loans. All loans received this reporting period, $50,000. Total amount of all contributions, let's see, total amount of contributions is $62,455, and her total contributions since she started the campaign, it seems like $69,332. All right, so she spent a lot of that money. Let's look at Chuck Payne's side of this report. All right, let's go to Chuck Payne now. And Chuck Payne's side of this report, let's look at the contributions first in this one. Now, Chuck Payne, the Republican candidate. Now, Debby Peppers, let me get this straight. Debby Peppers, before we move on, Debby Peppers did, in an interview with myself, make an admission that she voted for Bernie Sanders in the primary, in the presidential primary, and she voted for Hillary Clinton in the general election, opposed to Donald Trump. And Bernie Sanders opposed to Hillary Clinton. But she will not identify a party in this campaign. Chuck Payne, on the other hand, has identified himself as a Republican. He is getting $500, $1,000, $1,000. Brian Kemp, Secretary of State's trying to help him out. Tippins for State House. Georgia Emergency Medicine Pact from Norcross has sent $1,000. Okay. Dean Burke of State Senate Campaign, $1,400 from Bainbridge. Very little Paulding County Republican Party for $150. Very little money. Most of a good portion of Chuck Payne's money is coming in from the Republican Party around the state. Very little money, and looks to be very little support from the actual district he is running from. So just to be clear, both of them, let me finish Chuck Payne's financial numbers here, okay? Let me look at the summary here. Chuck Payne so far has $83,377. So it doesn't show any loans. It shows Chuck Payne's total contributions, $90,102. Wow, where's all that money coming from? $90,102. We will not find out all the details in that $90,000 until this election's over, because I certainly don't see it. He's still got $17,500, and this report was 1/10/2017. This is the 6-day special election report, and I can't tell exactly what day it was turned in. So that's some of the money that we're discussing there on both of those candidates. As you can see, a lot of money from $70,000 to $90,000 on special election spending. Plus, this is costing in an area of $200,000 to the district. State Senate 54, Gordon County, Whitfield County, Murray County, and West Pickens. It's costing, let's just say $20,000 a county. That's $80,000, that's $160,000 this election has cost. So for the amount of money spent, State Senate 54 does not have a representative in Georgia today. When I come back, we'll go through a couple new representatives and a couple facts and what to look forward to in this session. I'm going to take a brief break. Cole, take us to break.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
This is the big one, the 20% off MSRP model year end clearance at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, with huge savings over $3,600 off the redesigned Malibu. Now just $20,400. Save over $8,600 off Silverado Crew Cab LT. Now just $33,500. 20% off new Chevys. Right here, right now, at Days Chevrolet in Jasper.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
El Rey and Ellijay.
El Rey Mexican Restaurant.
Family owned and operated, and a local favorite for families, parties, and meetings.
Great prices.
Friendly service and delicious Mexican cuisine.
Patio dining available.
Come sing in Carlos's Cantina every Friday 9 to 1.
Eat in or take away.
Same location for 14 years. Open 7 days at the corner of Maddox Drive and 515. North Georgia's favorite Mexican cuisine.
El Rey.
El Rey and Ellijay.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers, and North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Looking for in a vehicle? Start your search at Schottenkirk Ford Jasper. We've simplified the process so you can move on to what matters, your family.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Okay, we're back and it's time for Under the Gold Dome, and we're going to wrap up here. We were talking about the state senate seat 54, that there is an election tomorrow. Today, we just got a call from down there on the floor. Today are the opening speeches and committee, just opening speeches of optimism for the session. So we won't get into until tomorrow, and we'll follow some of the things happening. We want to give a shout out to 8th District Representative Matt Gutler. Matt Gutler is the House, he was sworn in today, and he is the representative from the 8th District. Matt replaced Stephen Allison, which he retired. Matt replaced, and he made this statement this morning, and we'll share this with you. Matt Gutler, so excited to be sworn in this morning as your next state representative. I look forward to my first session as an elected official, and I am honored to have been chosen to represent our shared values, beliefs, and principles at the Capitol. I will do my best to always be the limited government conservative voice of the 8th District, and will take my constitutional oath seriously every day. Thank you to everyone for allowing me to serve. Also, constituents that need to reach me, please feel free to call my personal cell phone number. It's personal cell phone number, 706-490-2285, or email me at mattgurtler, that's mattgurtler.com. So congratulations to 8th District State Representative Matt Gutler getting sworn in today. I want to leave you with one thing in Georgia that I'd like to talk about before I end with a couple bills or some things we want to watch for during this session. You know, it's getting to where I think we need campaign finance reform, that if you'll look at some of these campaigns, they get packed with so much money from lobbyists and special interest groups. These campaigns get packed with so much money given to them from special interest groups that they can use the money around the state to, I'm going to say, influence a race that they need, or if they have competitive districts. So it makes it pretty hard for somebody that has a $500,000. It makes it pretty hard for somebody to challenge somebody that has a $500,000 when in a small district of 2.5 counties or 3 or 4 counties, the best you can gather up out there is, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, when at the same time, you don't have, you're going up against somebody with $500,000. So a little information here. This is the state of Georgia, race with incumbents, okay? Races with incumbents was 91.9%, okay? Incumbents without a challenger in the primary, 77.4%, and races without a Republican or Democrat opponent is 84.4% in Georgia. So what are we doing here, folks? If 91% of incumbents run again, and there's no term limits or campaign finance, this is in Georgia, 77.4% have no challenger in a primary, and 81.4% have no opponent in the general election, Republican or Democrat. All right? The U.S. average is 81.8%. Incumbents without a primary challenger in the U.S., the average is 77.5%. And races without a Republican or Democrat opponent is 38%. Something has to happen, all right? For Georgia, in the Georgia State Senate, there were 17 Democratic incumbents and 39 Republican incumbents. 3 incumbents faced primary challenges in the Democrat Party. There were 9 primary challengers in the Republican primary. 9 out of 39. In the House, there were 61 Democrat incumbents. This is in Georgia, 61 Democrat incumbents, okay? 118 Republican incumbents, and 1 independent. 15 state representatives faced primary opponents in the Democrat. There were 22 primary challenges in the Republican. Only 22 out of 118, all right? Georgia elections feature one of the lowest, now listen to this, folks. Georgia elections feature one of the lowest rates of general election competition in the nation, with 80.5% of the seats having only one major party candidate. Going back to 2010, the national average stands at 38%. Okay? Seriously. Georgia elections feature one of the lowest rates of general election competition, period. Folks, I'm your host, BKP. This has been Under the Gold Dome, and the only thing I want to bring up is watch for gambling, not for gambling. Watch for the House to bring something out on gambling, horse betting, track gambling, casino gambling. Watch for that to come out. I think you better pay attention to that. If you want to save education, that will be what it's about. They'll say if you want to save the Hope Scholarship, it's a shame that the only way to save our children's education is for people to gamble at a casino. So that is what they like to do is say, hey, we put it on the ballot, and then a representative says, I did not support, watch and see, they like to say, I did not support casino gambling. I didn't support that. I supported your right to vote on it, so don't blame it on me. So they're going to try to put it in the polls, put it out here at the poll for you to vote on, and guess what happens when you vote on it or get the chance? Then as you can see, they have the money. There will be the kind of money. There's no way to compete with the kind of money no way to compete with the kind of money that will be presented for casino gambling in favor of. It'll be impossible to compete with that kind of money. I'm your host, BKP. You've been watching Under the Gold Dome. We'll be back tomorrow at 11:30. We're going to run an encore performance here of the Katie Sassine Show. So stay put for Katie Sassine right now. Cole, take us to break, and then time for the Katie Sassine Show.